All right, everyone. Hello and welcome. It is March 11th and the weather is looking nice outside. We're hopeful for some good things coming down the pipe. I love my spring. I love my summer, and that's all there is to it. So, hopefully, you're all doing well. We're going to do a little presentation today in regards to, again, the invisible threat. I think this is so important that we go over this. And let's go through a couple of little updates. So earlier today, I did put out, or actually just a little while ago, I put out an email, and in that email, there is some information about a new way we're going to pay out to affiliates and to people who have earned commission with us, businesses, etc. And it's a very cool system because when you register for an account here, not only do you get to have an account where you can keep your fiat currency, but at the same time, you can also keep crypto there. But one of the cool things about it is that from your account, you get a debit card, a credit debit card, and the credit debit card has some great values on it where as your funds are coming in, I believe you can use this account for all kinds of different things. But as funds go into the account, you can just simply move it into your virtual debit card and be able to spend from your virtual debit card up to like $25,000 a day and lots of room for this to become possibly an intricate part of keeping your funds or your crypto or moving and spending your funds and your crypto in a nice, simplistic way. I really like the way the platform works. It's very simple. We will do a little presentation on it in the near future. But for now, I have already received my virtual card. I've loaded my virtual card, able to spend from the virtual card and accessible. You can use it all over the world. So again, could become very handy for people as a whole. And see, additional to that, when it comes to what we will be calling our vendor portal, which is where we're talking about being able to have schools and workplaces registered to be able to make the app available to their employees or through their students, to their parents, and through their members of their associations or contributors to their charities, whatever it is that these companies, organizations, corporations, or associations are dealing with, we have a way now in order for us to be able to not just look at making, a few $100s, but potentially for people who want to apply themselves and seek out potential clients of this nature, those are paychecks that could turn into literally thousands of dollars as it is brought to large organizations on the basis of being able to help more people in a very simplistic way. So looking forward to that being available. That should be good and fully tested and available for the first of the week. We're in the process of testing the system now, and that should be complete shortly. So let's go through the invisible threat that's in our homes, our schools, and our workplaces again, and understand what the electrical pollution EMF is and how to protect ourselves. First and foremost, the app and the water that it generates is all about reducing the negatives from inside of our body that can affect us in a, again, negative way, and enhancing the positives in order so that what we're doing is we're telling our bodies to do its best work and do it with the best water that it possibly can get. So let's turn on our ability to understand why this is so necessary. First, we want to understand the difference between clean power and dirty power. The power that's coming into our home is intended to be free and coming in at like 60 hertz. So what happens is from the time that power is generated, it starts to get dirty because of different items that can affect it, appliances and energy from different sources. So that power that was originally started out clean is starts getting dirty as more things are attached to it. And as it's going in through your home, then it's attaching to different devices, and then these devices start to create more negative energy. And when the power is clean, it's running and giving you sine waves, which is the same energy that your body functions on. But when that energy now becomes dirty, it's like throwing a pebble in a nice, clean lake where the water is nice and smooth, and then you drop a pebble in, and then all it creates all this ripple. If the pebble's big enough, it creates waves, and it's not pleasant. It can literally tear things apart. So sine waves are smooth and conducive to our bodies, where spike waves is dirty energy. So if you look at your cell phone gives off very dirty energy, and that dirty energy works negatively in your body. When it's close to your body, it's affecting your natural energy. But all the time, even with your cell phone not that close to you, you're still getting bombarded by Wi-Fi and radio waves and TV signals. These things are all around us. So it's a constant bombardment of bad energy. And so our mission now is to neutralize that bad energy so that our bodies can function the way that they're designed to. So all this bad energy is coming from all these different items that are around us. So every time we're plugging in devices, or even wearing smart watches and even regular watches, because they have a battery in them, they're generating negative energy. And on your wrist, it's close to some pretty tender areas that have nerves that will pick up on these energies. But all around us, we've got the Wi-Fi routers that are giving off bad energy. See, compact fluorescent bulbs, dimmer switches, motors from our washing machines, our refrigerators, our air conditioning, and all our heating systems, our plasma TVs, smart meters on our house, our cell phones, and then loose connection, even loose wires throughout our house are creating arcing, and they're putting additional bad frequencies into our environment. So it's coming from all kinds of different sources. Now, back in the day, there was a lot less of this because we had a lot less devices. So our grandparents, they didn't have to deal with it so much. They spent a lot of time outside. They didn't have 5G towers all around them or cell phone towers that was contaminating the ground that they walked on. So it was a lot easier for us to be in an environment that was not so toxic and didn't have such a big effect on us. But now everything is technology all around us, and our bodies are not used to it. It's not something that our bodies want because it's disrupting our natural frequencies and our natural energy, and it's actually taking away from our natural strength, balance, and overall ability to function internally. So, with that, we need to neutralize that, and we need to have our bodies doing the best that they can in order to do their job to take care of us. So the damage that this thing is capable of doing is extensive because I know that over the years, because I've been dealing with frequencies now for around 20 years, and over those years, you've followed up, there has been a lot of reports showing how much negative energy is coming off the smart meters on the homes or from the cordless DTEC phones that are in homes and the cell phones. So with all of these things, every single person is unique and every single person has their own level of susceptibility to these bad energies, bad frequencies. So if you're a person who happens to walk into a room or into an office and you find you get headaches or dizziness, that could be from potentially bad energy within that environment that may have affected you in a negative way at that particular moment. So there's people who have been in their work environment, and because of the Wi-Fi or the lighting, they're in a constant state of having headaches or dizziness, confusion, can't function properly. In Europe, people have now been given disability for this, whereas their work environment has been so toxic for them. We will touch on a little bit more of this as we go on, because there's a lot of places where they don't allow the level of toxicity that we do here in North America. But again, continuing on, when it comes to neurological or brain and nerve issues, we're talking about headaches and dizziness, difficulty concentrating, such as brain fog, memory loss, anxiety, irritability, insomnia, fatigue, tremors and muscle spasms, etc. It can even affect your eyes because they're so sensitive, and the frequencies can put pressure behind the eyes and hurt your vision and create floaters. So a lot of different things, because we are frequencies, can be affected by bad frequencies, in turn creating additional issues, even with our hearts, with palpitations, arrhythmia, which is irregular heartbeats, pressure in the chest, problems breathing, skin issues with rashes, irritations, itching, uh, redness in the face, digestive problems. And, this is something where I believe the water becomes super, super important when it comes to cleaning out the digestive system and putting the right frequency, the right energy for the processing of the food in your system and allowing you to get the absorption of the nutrients that you're trying to get from the food that you're consuming, and having that water do its job so well when it comes to getting that food through your system and keeping you from being dehydrated and affecting all the different areas that it possibly can by having a tuned up, well-functioning digestive system. Very good, very important. So what we do feel is that through frequencies, the future of your health and your well-being, being there in the water, in the frequencies, is going to improve no matter who you are, because you're allowing your body to do more of the things that it should be doing naturally. So your water is under attack. Your body is under attack. Everything inside of you is under attack from the toxins that are all around you. So whether it's the air you breathe, the water you drink, the food that you're eating, you're toxic, and you want to flush as much of it as you can. The water that you're consuming is trying to do its best job of doing that. But if you're just consuming regular H2O, then you're making your body work harder and not do the job that it would like to do. So the difference is when you're utilizing structured water like you see on the top with that beautiful crystalline shape and looks so organized, and then you take those and you put them together and you create the structured water, and this water now is what's able to capture the toxins within it and flush it out of your body so much more easier. It's like this would be like the ants. You've seen ants when they go to work and they go to build something, or they're collecting their food and doing what they do. Imagine that being the structure of the water that you're consuming, and you're sending all those little ants in there to do their job, excuse me, of gathering up all the toxins and taking them and flushing them out of your body. And then at the same time, it's allowing the water to do the hydrating that your body needs in order to get additional processes up and functioning when it comes to all the things that are going on. And the difference is, if you look at the top structure and you look at the bottom structure, oh, hold on, ladies, 1 second. Just want to. Okay, if you look at the top structure and the difference between the top and the bottom structure you can see is just a chaotic mess. It is not what you're looking for when it comes to organize something that you want to put into your body to do the work of cleaning and helping your body to be better. So as I was saying here, when you take this individual water crystal and you cluster them and allow it to be able to trap the toxins in your body, to be able to flush them out of your body, and then align them so that they're able to go in and actually hydrate your body. That is a difference compared to this, where it's disorganized. They have no idea why they're there and what they're doing there. And so for them to be able to go in as an army and do the job of keeping you healthy, it's not what you want to rely on. So with this, you're drinking plenty of water, but you still feel dehydrated. You still got the fatigue, the brain fog, the sluggishness, and you have a hard time sleeping, and your skin looks tired and old. And when you're drinking this water, it energizes you, hydrates you, and it makes your brain clean and fog free, and you sleep well and you feel better. Simply put, life is better when you're drinking your structured, energized water. So again, the simple process is to sell natural health philosophy. The best way to take care of yourself is prevention. And in order to do the best job of preventing issues, it's to reduce the negative effects of the electrical pollution, the toxins that we're breathing in, and enhance our body's natural ability to function, to take care of itself. And that can be done very simply with the biophotonic technology, biophotonic water, allowing your body to do what it needs to do naturally. Now, in order to reduce some of the work that your body has to do, the water has to do, and how you can neutralize some of the effects that these things are having on you. And it's to negate some of the time that you're spending within the soup, that is the electrical soup that is hurting you. So if you have the ability to turn off your wireless internet, your routers at night when you're sleeping, your detect cordless phones, unplug them, put your cell phone on airplane mode when you go to bed, and remove wireless baby monitors if at all possible. So again, when we can reduce the effects of the items that are having the negative effect on us, we can help be better all the way around. So again, swap out some of the problem devices, such as the compact fluorescent bulbs. If you've got a plasma TV and dimmer switches or decorative lights that flash and things like that. These things can also be easily replaced and made so that your environment is safer. Again, if you want to know if there are some areas where you have issues within your home that might not be obvious, your wiring, if there's seepage through your wiring, if you have a battery operated radio, an AM radio, you can just like in the old days when we used to have to hold the rabbit ears in order to get the TV signal so that it was nice and clear. Well, by using the radio and finding static coming through your electrical lines, it would tell you that there's a leakage there and you might need an electrician to seal that up and make the connection proper. If it's really bad, you can install filters on your outlets, which will also reduce the amount of frequency and you can plug appliances into them and make the environment safer. Additional things, when you're using laptops, don't use them on your lap or in front of you when they're plugged in to recharge because the power cord also emits a lot of electromagnetic fields. So run it on battery and plug it in when you need to at that time. Hardwire your internet in order so that you don't have the Wi-Fi blasting all the time if necessary. And this one, I found really interesting was the fact that if you're on a mattress or a bed with metal springs in it, the metal springs attract the EMF and bring it and concentrates it under your bed. So that was an interesting point. So it would actually enhance the amount of radiation that's around you and under you while you're sleeping. Turning off any power sources that you can at night while you're sleeping, even moving your electrical clock, your alarm clock, and putting it a little bit further away from the bed in order so that that's not right close to your head. When you're using your computer, using a wired keyboard and mouse. Now, personally, that's the only kind I use anymore because it was terrible when your battery runs dead and you're in the middle of your work and I just couldn't take it anymore. It used to happen so often. So wired keyboard and mouse all the time for me. And again, of course, no phones in the bedroom. And a good way to look at how to manage your exposure is to remember that every foot of distance that you are from a source of EMF drastically reduces your exposure. Now, I don't know if anybody here is riding in electrical vehicles, but I have never ridden in one. I have no real intention of riding in one, but I'm sure it's going to happen at some time. But I wonder what that is like. Especially for somebody who is very sensitive. I would like to hear some stories on this because, in my mind, I'm thinking this probably has to be one of the worst possible things that you could possibly be doing to your body would be riding in an electrical vehicle. So, as we were talking about the wireless technology and the growing threat and how different countries or continents are dealing with it, um, here you will see that in Austria, they literally they don't have they don't almost allow hardly any signal strength at all when it comes to what they feel is acceptable. And in Russia, very little. But if you look at the United States, and this is basically North America we're talking about here, and it is up to 1,000 microwatts per square meter. And the way they've described how this is determined is that the US safety standard is based only on tissue heating. So that's whether the signal is strong enough to cook you. So it completely ignores the biological effects on your DNA or your cellular stress, which happens at a much lower level. So if you can imagine that even in places like Austria or Russia, that people were actually being still getting sick from this stuff, even though they have a lower tolerance. Are we just trying to adapt to what we're given here as humans and being exposed to this at this level? And if you look at the cell phone at 10 feet, being at 2,000 microwatts per square meter, that's pretty scary when you actually think about it. GJ, I see you here. How are you?
Hi there, can you hear me?
I can.
I was going to respond to your electric car. I put a thing in the chat. Uh, my ex-husband wanted to buy an electric car, and we went for a test drive. And I didn't even last a block. I had to get out of the car. The electromagnetic field was so horrendous that I couldn't ride in the car. And he went back to the dealer without me, and they said, "Where's your wife?" And he said, "Well, she's standing alongside the road. I got to go get her because she can't ride in this car." And the dealer just thought that was the strangest thing he'd ever heard. He had no clue about the electromagnetic field,
Wow.
but it was
And
awful. It was. I mean, you're sitting on top of the batteries. I mean,
uh,
Yeah,
so,
I had one. I had a Honda Insight. It was the first hybrid car, probably year 2000. Looked like a little Jetsons car. It was really cute. So it was hybrid, both gas and battery. And over the course of the 2 years, my right hip eroded. I had to get a hip replacement.
oh,
wow.
I wouldn't say it's directly only because of that, but
it
it was
probably enhanced it.
it was literally um, this is not good to sit on a big battery. It's
No,
bad enough to sit on a phone battery, even have it sitting there on speakerphone, but a big battery and Tesla, all those people who bought Teslas. I hope there's no one here. If not, enjoy your Tesla, I say. But
yeah,
I tell you, another thing people are doing is they're putting their cell phones underneath their pillows and putting them on vibrate and setting the alarm so that they don't wake up their partner. And so they're sleeping all night with their head on top of the cell phone. Can you imagine?
no.
I mean,
Oh my goodness, no. No,
that's just,
so this just goes to show you the lack of education that there is out there in regards to these things. And that is scary when you think about it, that people just will just run to anything in order to be at the forefront, but at the same time, they don't realize the risk that they are putting their lives at, their bodies at, while doing so. And so again, yeah, just understanding how a lack of sleep can affect an individual, a person, and how many different issues, how a lack of oxygen. There's so many lack ofs that can absolutely affect us and deteriorate our health. And when we sit on these electric vehicles and the depletion goes to a different level, it's yeah, it's absolutely scary what the potential of humanity is going to be in the years to come. So, well. Luckily for us, we have the biophotonic charger, and it's nature's answer to this technological problem that we are dealing with. So, what it is, it's a revolutionary smartphone app that's German engineered over 4 decades. It uses the phone's flashlight and speakers to transmit 37 of the most amazing harmonizing biophotonic frequencies into your water or your body. And basically, biophotons are the language that your cell speaks, and it is the light of your life. And the app restores this network by disrupting the EMF in your body and changing that negative spike wave into sine wave and allowing the frequencies to naturally tune and adjust you in a way that allows your body to be more vibrant, more energetic, more able to take care of you because you have your light of your life. You've got the sound of the frequencies adding together in order to bring you the energy and the life revitalizing that you require from the inside out or from the outside in when you spray. The beautiful part about it, this stuff has been tested thoroughly. We know it does exactly what we need it to do. Our only responsibility is to use it to the best of our abilities as much as we can, try to replace as much of the negative things that we have been putting into our body, the bad water, toxic water, and enhancing all the liquids that we want to consume with biophotons and frequencies so that every chance we get, we're enhancing our body to do us better. As we said, prevention is everything to us. So by doing this on a consistent, steady basis, I was talking to a gentleman just before getting on this call, and I'm telling him that drink 2 cups of this hot water before you start your day. One, if you can, one for sure, two, if you can, and get yourself started on the right path with a good energized day. And then, drink and spray throughout your day to keep things rocking and keep yourself tuned up. This is not difficult. This is about the simplest thing that I have found to manage and be able to do on a consistent basis on account of the fact that you just know that the benefits attached to this are so deeply embedded in your future that it only makes sense to do this regularly and often and share it with as many people as you can in order so that bring them here to the call so that we can show them the difference between the regular H2O, the regular water that they're consuming, and the structured water, and why it makes such a difference to them that you need to have that deep cellular hydration. You need to have the energy carried deep into your system. You need the deep detoxification and you need that absorption that takes you to that next level of wellness, taking that nutrients and stuff deep into your cells to keep your every cell, every joint running like a sports car. And that's what 42 seconds of energizing your liquid will do for you. It will turn you from what we used to call a Hyundai pony into a little bit of a sports car and keep you running long term. As I go through my day every day, and I realize that at 69 years old, now heading for 70. And in reality, you don't feel like you've changed a whole lot over the last 40 years in regards to, as I look and talk to other people who come to see me, and, I realize that the things that I'm doing are working. And that to me is what makes me love to share what I'm doing because, in essence, in my life, in my business, all I am doing with people is sharing with them what the things that I have used and done over the years that work. And generally, if it works for you at one level, it might work for them at another level. But the bottom line is the things that I share work. And I love doing that because what else is there to do other than help people? So, again, let's restore everybody's cellular communication internally. Let's get their bodies rocking. Let's get rid of that chaotic negative energy, the spike waves, turn everything into sine waves for people. When we start to connect with people like this now, we literally can create a ripple effect of wellness from one person to the other. We could literally send frequencies. People, when they come to me, sometimes they say, I don't know how I end up here. Well, it must be the vibrational frequency that I'm putting out because something drags people to me. And sometimes it's when they're at their absolute worst and they're looking for something and they don't know what it is. And sometimes they just end up at my shop. And that's happened for the 2 decades that I've been doing this. And I guess I'm where I'm supposed to be doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So let's reconnect to the earth. Let's ground ourselves. Let's enhance ourselves. Let's mist ourselves and get all of this artificial noise out of the way and tune ourselves to be the best humans that we can be and live long, healthy life. We've got a product that works for not just for us as humans, but it's for every living thing and it can enhance everything to function and perform even better. So for us as humans, as people, yes, we all should want these things on these lists: explosive energy, mental clarity, deep sleep, true hydration, younger skin. We want to feel better. We want to heal better. We want to have the quality of life that we all absolutely deserve and should have. And I think for me, you know, I have mentioned the last couple of calls that, I've been dealing with some hip pain and some stiffness. And I think a lot of it is just from being at a desk and sitting for too long. And so now I'm doing a lot of different movements and stuff. But besides this mechanical issue that I'm having from not enough movement, I'm doing the movements now and it's actually a lot better. But besides that, when I look and I feel inside of me, I feel amazing. I feel the way that I have pretty much all my life, if not better than I have for a lot of my life, because do you know when you just feel well, you just have a feeling of wellness that everything is ticking okay? Oh, something important that happened the other day. I did my blood pressure, and as I've mentioned before, my doctor had tried to get me on blood pressure meds, taking my blood pressure in her office with those antiquated blood pressure machines. Whereas I had another doctor who said I wouldn't even consider having them using what they take in the office as being real. But anyway, the other day I came home after walking from the parking lot and coming in and everything, and I decided I wanted to take my blood pressure, so I did. And lo and behold, it was 117 over 68 with a pulse rate of 66 or something like that. And I'm going, whoa, because that is about as low as I've seen it, especially after you know that you've just walked in and you didn't really rest like you normally would before doing your blood pressure. So, you know, the proof is in the pudding that things are going in the right direction. So for somebody like me who knows that this is something that runs in his family, my sister's had a stroke and ended up retiring from her work because of it. Both parents were on blood pressure meds, and here I am sitting at 117 over 68 at this point. Not bad. So there is something to be said about preventative approach to taking care of it. And that's a lot of it is it's just that you got to get up in the morning and you want to say, I want myself to be better every day. I want to be better every single day. What am I willing to do in order to do that? What are you willing to do to live a longer life? What are you willing to do to have a life where you're not walking around in pain or you're walking around with a cane or a crutch or whatever it is because you did a little bit of something to put yourself in a situation where your body was able to actually take better care of you. And that's where it all comes down to. You got to give your body the tools to be able to do the job of taking care of itself. When it comes to your pets, a lot of people will spend money on their pets. So if it takes your pet to get you the water, go ahead. But your pet will love the water because it's healthy for them. They will know it is, and they'll have more energy and more playfulness. They'll look better, shinier, healthier coats, and better internal health all the way around. If it's good for us, it's good for them. So when it comes to your plants and vegetation, even your cut flowers, using this water will make them grow better, stronger roots, and they will live longer. For
Mike, do you want to hear a testimonial on my
I
plants?
do.
Well, I've been doing an experiment and I've been trying to grow microgreens. And the sunflower microgreens are the hardest ones to grow. And that's my favorite, of course. So I've been trying to grow them because I'm trying to eat one meal a day of just microgreens. And the big problem in growing microgreens is that it molds in the process of growing it. And so they have to put hydrogen peroxide on it. Well, I didn't want to put hydrogen peroxide on my plants, so I just used the water from my app to water them and to spray them. And I have not had any mold problems. I haven't had to use the hydrogen peroxide. They are a day ahead of where they're supposed to be, and they taste almost as good as the professionals that's been doing it for years. So when I get a little experience under my belt here, you know, I think I can come up with some that taste as good as theirs. But uh, in a scale of 0 to 100 on a frequency scale, a microgreen is 880.
Oh,
So if you add the water to that, now you have moved it up to infinity. And so your body has to get better.
oh, wow.
So the guy that's teaching me how to do it cannot understand why I'm not having mold, because that seems to be the biggest problem.
Well,
And of course,
I can throw a little bit of light onto that, I believe. Because there was a time where I was dealing with a gentleman who was doing I think I mentioned before, a lot of frequency work. And some of the things, and even also Ian has done some work in this area where, believe it or not, frequencies can affect everything from the pests that would attack plants to like mold and different fungi and things like that. Whereas with the right frequencies, which sometimes you got to wonder where the kind of things that you can say, but with the right frequencies, it is possible to neutralize the need for the level of fertilizer and chemicals that is required in order to grow crops. And so that is a big area where, it's we can't do it here for those watching, because I'm telling you, when we're dealing with something like this, whereas there is not exactly a huge monetary gain for corporations to look at this as a way of doing anything, especially if they're already in another field of business serving that market. Believe me, it becomes a very scary situation when you consider that, they wouldn't want too much knowledge to be known about what is potentially possible. That's like saying you could, if somebody could cure cancer, like, how long are they going to be around? Who knows, right?
Well, has Eon said anything about the H3O water having natural hydrogen peroxide in it? Or a natural hydrogen, not hydrogen peroxide, but has
Well,
he
the
said anything about that?
If the H3 is an automatic increase in the hydrogen level, and the O2 is an increase in the oxygen level.
Okay. So that's probably, I'm getting natural hydrogen probably then in
You
these
are.
plants, wouldn't you
That,
say?
that's exactly what's happening. It's increased the hydrogen and it's increased the oxygen in the water.
Wow.
Yes.
And of course, I'm still spraying my whole body and my chakras, and especially the top of my head all through the day. You might try spraying your knees when you sit down too long too, because if I find myself around electronics too much, then I'll spray my body again. And
Hmm.
did you talk about what the app does in changing the electromagnetic field in our phone? Did you talk about that?
We haven't hit on that one there yet today. Would you like to lead that one out on account of the fact that it's such a topic for you?
Well, I was born a multiple chemical sensitive for those that don't know me. And so I'm extremely sensitive to electromagnetic field. In fact, I paid $1,000 for a necklace and I burned it out 3 times till the company finally gave me my money back and said, please, we've got a guarantee on these and it's not working for your body because of the electromagnetic field. And so, I've just have been doing all kinds of things for electromagnetic field, and I was doing things that helped, but I it wasn't complete until I added the water. And by putting the app on my phone, it appears that my phone is not putting off as much radiation as it was before. In fact, I wish I would have had I have a meter to check because I pass out if I get around too heavy electromagnetic field or go under high tension wires and stuff. And I wish I would have tested my phone out before I added the app. And I think the next person I share this with, I'll test their phone out before we add the app and see what the difference is.
Yeah, well, I can tell you that I actually do kinesiology tests with their phone, and then I do kinesiology tests with my phone. And my phone, they never give. They're always strong,
Well,
always.
all I know is I can be on my phone twice as much as I used to.
All right.
And so that's really a side effect
So,
of,
so just to clarify, if anybody doesn't know, what is happening there is that every time that you click the start button on your phone and the energy is going through your app and through your phone, in your phone, there is precious metals in the form of silver, gold, platinum, and those are able to collect and attach the frequencies and then they hold those frequencies long enough so that as you're using the phone, you now have those frequencies in your phone working to change that spike wave to a sine wave and neutralizing a lot of that negativity that's coming from your phone just because you have the app and you are using it on your phone. So the more you use it, the stronger the energy is on the phone and the less effect it will have on your body. So again, an additional bonus to all the things. And when you think about it, just that alone could be a reason, would be a reason for a lot
Mhm.
of people to have it on their phone. So, and then for carrying on with the benefits for all the living things, let's just touch on the athletes because there's a lot of people. You know, I live in a town where I've never seen so many gyms before. I swear they're almost next to each other on the streets. People love working out. So, when it comes to performance, when you're drinking this water, it's going to neutralize the EMF and you're going to have improved endurance, faster recovery. You're going to be physically stronger. You're going to be able to work out harder and feel a lot less, recover quicker. It's going to help to reduce your oxidative stress levels and enhance your focus, your ability to do everything that you want to do. If you're running, you will actually have an increase in your stamina and your ability to keep going. Your strength and balance will be improved. You will be an enhanced athlete. Not only that, based on my experience over the last 20 years, I absolutely believe that your body, your bones, your everything, your muscles become more taut, your bones become more dense, and I believe that makes you less susceptible to injury and more ready to literally stave off a potential injury because how you fall and the fact that something might break or playing a sport and something might get hurt or broken, get kicked, and these things are all possible. But I believe that they are less likely to happen to somebody who is tuned up frequency wise in the sense that they have been drinking the water or spraying their body and they have the frequencies strong within them. So that I absolutely do believe is a byproduct of drinking this water and spraying the body. So again, we do have a lot of people with real stories who have been having some great results. From construction workers who've got more energy, drinking the water and less pain, people being able to sleep deeper, people sharing it with their clients. We've got a doctor who is constantly registering his clients with the app as their first round of protocol with what he's doing with them. And we've got people who have tested it for the fact that it's structured and it's energized and it is doing what it's supposed to do. And so everything that this thing does has been quantified, verified, and we could even show it to you right now. If anybody here has not witnessed this before, we do have the ability to send the technology to you live through my camera to your screen. So raise your hand if you would like to have this done today. Um, because if you've already had it, seen it, and that, then I understand. But if you would like to have it done, just raise your hand. And so, what we want people to do when we're in, Lena, hi, thank you. Happy to do that. So, Lena, can you grab yourself 2 glasses of water or 2 glasses of any liquid, a wine, whatever you would like, grab
Okay.
2 in a glass, and we'll be sending frequency to you in about a minute. So I'll give you
Okay,
about
great.
60 seconds to
Thanks.
do that. So once we're ready, we will run the app twice, and then we will look to smell and taste and feel the difference in the water from the structured one to the not structured one. You can just let me know when you're ready, okay, Lena? Okay. So just so you know, you can use this app on literally anything that has liquid in it. So that means you can use it on your water, you can use it on your coffee, you can use it on your juice, your wine, your spirits, if you like a little spirits now and then. The one thing that we do say is don't use it on your beer, because if you like your beer carbonated, it will neutralize the carbon in your beer, and that will, so far, it's not gone over that well. All right, Lena, are you ready? All right, I'm going to set up my camera setup here now a little bit differently. And
How far away do I have to be with the other glass of water to not get?
just put the other glass away from your monitor so that you cannot see it.
Oh, that's it.
It cannot, the glass cannot see your monitor.
And do I have to hold up the glass or just have it on
Yeah.
my desk?
So put it right in front of the light. When the light is on, when I put the light onto my camera and it's on your screen,
Mhm.
hold your glass right up to the light, and even you could even spin your glass counterclockwise into
Okay,
the light. Okay.
great.
So we'll go. I'm going to run it twice on that one, and then we'll be able to test it from there. Okay. Testing, testing, testing. There we go.
Mike, can you turn off the screen share?
Oh, yes.
Make it bigger?
Okay. Again.
Yeah.
Okay, that should be good. So now take the one that we've just done, the charge to, and bring it up to your nose slowly and smell the water as it comes up to your nose. Okay. All right. Take a sip after and feel the texture of the water. Okay. And the taste of the water. Can you hold your glass up for me so I can see what your glass looks like? It's clear? Yeah. Okay.
It's a depression glass. It's a little green, but it's
Little
clear.
green. Oh, that might have affected some of it, but let's see what happens.
No, it's working.
Oh, okay. Okay. And the other one?
Yeah,
And
it's got a different body to it.
absolutely, yes.
And the structured water actually feels cooler.
Cooler and thicker.
Yeah, it is hard to describe tastes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's great. So um, it has to be see-through glass.
Yes, in order for the energy to get in, because remember, we're using right now, we're just using the flashlight to put that in, and
Mhm.
you really didn't get any of the frequency from the sound. So that's just flashlight. So it's even enhanced even more when you're doing it with your own cell phone.
So the other frequencies are in the sound
Yes,
or both?
between the sound and the frequency, you will get it all. Yes.
Uh, I have no problem with the concept, but the spraying of, say, if I spray my coffee cup,
Yes.
the coffee cup is ceramic, it's got painted. The
Okay.
frequencies that spray will structure the water inside the cup.
I've been only spraying glass myself. I have only been spraying glass cups and glasses per
I
se.
feel like it works when I do it, just my own input.
You're and on a regular cup?
Yeah, like a SRAM, it's actually black.
Yeah, I've never done it myself, so I'm just I bought the glass cups and I just started doing the glass and that's all I did. So that's good to know.
You'll be able to tell when you like drink your coffee and stuff if it, you know,
Mm,
if it works. Because
And
the more,
with food, you spray the food,
oh yeah,
yes.
or do you like cook the
It's oh,
toast in that water?
absolutely. It's always best. Anytime you're making food, it's always best to use the structured water for sure. But in some situations, um, even still after, you might just want to give it a quick spray, just because even still, depending on how long the food's been out of the water or whatever, everything gets attacked by the EMF. So it's like a fruit when it comes off a tree. Within an hour, it's going to be different than it was when it came off the tree.
So how long does the water stay structured?
Uh,
I
the,
obviously as long like you just described.
well, it will stay structured longer than it will hold the frequencies. Okay. The frequencies is what's going to start to dissipate after about 4 hours. Okay. So, in order to, when you're consuming the water, you can consume the water within the 4 hour window. That's great. Using it for structured water, the structure will stay a lot longer.
How
So, as
long?
far as cooking, well, I would say the structure would probably stay for a few days. Okay. So as far as being able to cook with it and stuff like that, that's fine. But the frequencies will dissipate.
Does heating unstructure the water?
No, no, heating doesn't unstructure it. And actually, what we've been doing is I structure it before and I structure it after, just because I want the energy strong when I consume it. So I drink my hot water every morning, like I was saying. So that's the first thing that I put into me is 2 cups of structured, energized water. I use a little bit of salt, natural salt,
Mm.
in it in the morning just to get my day started that way.
So I wonder how you explain to someone that how does the spraying the water on the glass structure the water on the inside?
Okay, so what you're doing, well, in order to understand that, you need to understand that when we energize that water, when we've used the phone on the water that we put into the spray bottle, that water is so bloody powerful. It is very, very strong. It is so strong that when I spray 2 sprays on a floor, like say on a tile on a floor, that energy will go 5 meters up into the air and 5 meters down into the ground. So if you can picture that, 5 meters up and 5 meters down from where I spray it on the ground. When we spray 4 areas on a tile in about a 1 meter spot, we create an energy vortex in a square on the floor. And we can literally stand somebody in that energy vortex. And in that vortex, they become strong, almost superhuman strong, because they are now protected by that energy field that's all around them that goes 5 meters up and 5 meters down. It's wild to actually see these things and understand how powerful the water really, really is.
Do you have to do it on a tile or can you
You
say
can
a
do,
carpet?
no, no, I've done it on the carpet.
Anything.
I've done it anyway. We do it on the chair. You see how you're sitting on your chair right there
Yeah,
right
yeah,
now?
yeah.
So I would take the water and on your left, I say your right hand shoulder, I would
Mhm.
spray the back of the chair. On the left front, on the seat,
Oh, okay.
on the seat. So you're literally creating a vortex on the seat.
So you're starting where, which right or left?
So you're starting on your right shoulder seat, corner of the seat,
Okay,
and then you're going across to the front on the left, across to the front on the left,
okay.
and then go to the left on the back,
Got it.
and then the front on the right. So I'm going to tell you a little story. So the first time I did that, um, it was as if I sat inside an energy field, and I almost couldn't speak for about 20 minutes because it was as if I was engulfed in this energy,
Mm.
and I could almost feel it as if it was almost as if it was squeezing me, if that makes sense. It was almost as if I could feel the pressure around me from it. And I just felt calm, and it's like you just felt your channels just opened up to receive whatever. And I did it to another guy, and I had him sit on my chair, and I thought he'd be up in like a minute or two. I swear I had to literally almost wake him out of the trance he was in to get him out of my chair,
Mm.
because it seemed like he was just there for a long, long time. And he goes, I don't know what happened, but it was whatever it was it felt good. Right.
Mm.
So these are things that you can experiment with and actually see, make sure you've got your bottle nicely charged up when you do it and see what happens.
So I spontaneously, I'm going to a conference at the end of April in San Diego, and it's a biofeedback congress.
Hmm.
And I hired a table to present to this group
Hmm.
because they work with frequency all the time, and health is completely a priority, and they all have clients. So I'm gonna present this product, and I'm gonna ask to turn to you and help have you help me design the the activities, the table, and what how to test them and all of that.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, we can give you a few tips
Yeah,
on some of the things that we've experienced so far. Um, yeah, it's just nice to have a good supply of water there so that you can be um, doing the charging and sharing.
yeah.
It's a big part of
Yeah.
it, of course.
Yeah,
And
that'll
a
be
nice,
tricky in a hotel, but anyway, I'll talk to you about that. And also the other thing, like say people are coming and saying, "Oh, I want to sign up." So support with how to do that efficiently in that kind of environment so people can use their devices right away, right?
okay. All right.
Right.
So
So
you and I will have a little
yeah,
get together on that
yeah,
one, okay?
yeah, yeah. Great. Thank you.
When
And
is
how do I
this?
reach you?
When is that?
It's at the end of it's about 6, 7 weeks right now.
Okay. All right. Okay, so I'll give you my email on the chat, okay?
Okay.
You can set
And
something in there.
then how to do this, with minimum stuff, right? Because I have to transport things.
Well, the water is should be fairly simple for you to get
Yeah, yeah,
anywhere. So
yeah,
that's you've got your phone with you.
yeah, yeah.
So the only thing I would suggest additionally from there would be one thing that we did was I got these little dollar store little paper cups.
Oh, paper, not the little plastic shot glasses.
I used paper
Okay.
because with that you're doing the energy right on top of the water, right?
Okay.
Right. So it's fast, it's simple. There's only so much there. You only need to run it one time, it's done, and on to the next person.
Are they like little shot glass cups or
Yeah,
the full
yeah.
size
No,
glasses?
they're little like shot glass cups.
Size
Very,
stick.
very small. They got just the right amount for people to do sampling with.
And you can get those in a dollar store.
Yep. And I think there's like 50 in a little box for $2 or something like
Yeah.
that.
Okay, well, we'll go into all of that. I'm sure everyone else doesn't really care about all of that, but
Hmm. My email, I put it on the chat for you.
great. Right. 007.
Yeah. Okay, well,
Great.
we'll talk about that,
I
and
will
that should be
connect. Thank you.
interesting, especially if you're in a room full of frequency people, would be good.
Yeah. Yeah. Great. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. All right, any other questions for you right now? Okay, good. All right, so let's see, where are we? I think we were pretty good with our overall presentation at the point here. So we were talking about the 3-day challenge and what people can do. So again, just to touch on the things that people can do is to take action. Turn off the Wi-Fi, move your phone out of the bedroom, replace compact fluorescent bulbs, and unplug unused devices. And as you move forward, look to hardwire your internet and check your electrical in your house. If you need filters, install them. Do the 3-day, 3 glass challenge so that you know what this will do for you and how every day you'll feel a little bit better as you go. Drink much more if you can. And remember, every glass you drink, you're neutralizing the EMF in your body. You're looking for the long-term protection that the biophotonic charger can can provide, and you're looking to drink and cook with H3O, you're looking to educate your family and friends about the things that are here and how simply it can enhance your life and get you on track. And of course, you're looking to use it daily in order to enhance your own wealth, taking every step you can to protect yourself and be proactive in managing your own health and well-being. Additionally, this is bringing nature in balance because when it comes to the bees and the insects, they all are being affected by this negative electromagnetic fields that are out there. It's not allowing them to be able to use their senses to find and pollinate their plants and do all the things that nature needs them to do. Birds are getting lost. Dying animals are dying from EMF and being confused and having issues in many different ways. Geopathic stress and bad frequencies, cell phone towers are affecting trees and plants. There's nothing living that likes bad frequencies, bad energy, radiation. And we are about as fragile as anything else out there, and we need to do the right things in order to protect not just ourselves, we're protecting our families, our friends, and in essence, we are looking to help protect mankind and help mankind to live a healthier, more vibrant life naturally by simply reducing the negatives and enhancing the positives. So share, share, share. That's all we're here to do. So basically, download the app, get the plan that works for you, share and earn. Refer your first and earn 60, refer your second earn another 60, refer your third, earn 180 in total. Your app is pretty much paid for. And from there, everything turns into just profit as we go on from there. As I said, in the next week or so, we will have the opportunity for people to say, I want more, and be able to go out and introduce this to their local gym, who might have hundreds of potential clients who need better hydration, better strength, and better protection from EMF. You'll be able to share that and earn commissions for doing so in our new system. So again, it's a great place to be. The future is frequency. And so reclaim your vitality and let's neutralize this invisible sea of negative energy and put the power back in our hands to choose which frequencies we invite into our bodies. So change your water, change your frequency, and change your life. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Refer Life, and we'll talk to you in very soon in the next webinar, and look forward to sharing the updates that are coming very, very soon. So with that, thank you all, and we will see you next week, but watch for any emails that come through and before. If you don't have admin@referlife.org in your address book, please put it there. We will put it in the message at the bottom. That is the email to add to your address book to make sure that your emails end up in your inbox. So thank you all, and we will see you on the next call.